What's up, guys? How we doing today? Hope y'all are doing awesome. Today we're going to be checking out this here Olight weapons light. I'm sure there's been a lot of people do these already, but I just got one. I had a little cheap little Amazon special Olight for my gun, not Olight, but gun light. It was pretty cool. It did the little green dot and the flashlight and stuff, but I figured Olight's probably a little bit better. I paid $129 for it, which is probably too much, but and I'll leave a link below if I can find a link for you if you want one. And I've heard some good things about Olight, and I've heard some bad things about Olight, but I guess I don't know what to believe, just because, there's two sides of every story, and some people like them, some people don't, but I'm going to give it a try and see. I've already kind of ripped the box open, but I haven't really actually even looked at anything yet, really, but I've ripped it open, and we're going to kind of take a look. It's the Olight BALDR S. BALDR, however you pronounce that, but it's the S. I think it's the smaller one. I don't think it's the mini, because they have a mini, they have a BALDR mini, and a BALDR S, I think, or something like that, but anyway, and I'm going to be putting it on my XD, and this gun is clear. There's no magazine in it. We're clear, so if any of you safety nuts, but I'm not actually putting it on the weapon on camera, because YouTube doesn't like that, so we're not going to be doing that exactly, but we're going to show you, because it is quick release, so you just flip that and lock that in place, so it should work. But what it says here is max 800 lumens and throw of 130 meters. They had another one. It was more expensive. It was probably the bigger one, but it was like 1300 lumen. But for a weapons light, I don't think you need it that bright. It says me. I don't believe you need it to be that bright for an Olight, for a gun light. And then it comes with a cord and a charger. There's a little charger port that just drops down onto there. And that's how you charge it. And that's on the bottom, so you don't necessarily have to remove the light in order to. That's kind of cool. It comes with the old USB style, not this new Type-C, which is getting easier. But when they first started coming out with the double Type-Cs, those were kind of, I don't know. But anyway, the light itself, it looks fairly quality. I guess considering compared to my last one that I had, it's way better than the last one. The last one, it was screw on, but it always kind of went crooked when I screwed it on, so it was like shining over to the side. Not like way over to the side, but a little over to the side. And hey, y'all, I'm sorry to interrupt, and I appreciate y'all watching. I just wanted to take a quick few seconds to say thank you. Y'all are the lifeblood of the channel, the viewers, the subscribers. But if you wouldn't mind, if you haven't already, take a few seconds, hit that subscribe button. Trying to reach some goals. I've got a few other things I'm working on. Appreciate y'all. Love you. Couldn't do it without you. There's also donation links if you feel like donating. There's a super thanks. You don't have to do that. No pressure for that, but it's there if you want. If anything, just hit the subscribe button. Costs you absolutely nothing. Takes you 5 seconds. And then if you don't like me, you can unsubscribe. No harm, no foul. But anyway, like I said, I appreciate you. Y'all are the reason I do this. I don't do this just because I do this for you, and I appreciate you. I couldn't do it without you, and I wouldn't do it without you. So if you wouldn't mind, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment, the YouTube algorithmic stuff, I don't have to explain it. Just take that few seconds and hit the buttons, do the things, check out the links. I've got socials down below, links to other channels, links to whatever links there are. Just check them out. You know, help me out. Do whatever. You know, help me out with a few pennies if you feel like it. If not, just hit the button. Every subscribe helps. Every view helps. Appreciate y'all. Love you. Back to your show. You know, but also had the green laser, which this one also has the green laser. Let's see how this thing. Let's see, we got this little thing here, which. Okay, that turns it on with. That's both. That turns on both the dot and then that's just the laser. You just got this little slider down here, and that should just be just light. So if you want to flip it over to just laser, that's your laser, green laser dot, and that's both sides. That one stays on, and that one is on, off, on, off. So if you want to keep it on, you just click, and that keeps it on. Flip it one more time to shut it off, or hit that one to shut it off. Most likely I'll just be mostly using probably just the light, but it is what it is. Oh, you never know. We'll see. I'll play around with it and see. But anyway, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to it. I'm not going to do a torture test. I know that's what a lot of people want to see is torture test, drop it, break it, you know, but I buy these myself, so I don't have people give them to me, and this is me to use, so it's not like, you know, I can't afford to just go out and keep buying new ones just to break them. Sorry if that disappoints you. I'm not going to do a torture test on it, but I will throw it on my gun real quick and see how it fits, see how it works on the actual gun. But again, YouTube doesn't like when you do that on camera, so I'm going to have to do that off camera and come right back. I guess one thing I forgot to notice was this actually is adjustable here. So you can adjust that to pretty much wherever you want it. And then when you lock it in place, it locks that and that. So that's kind of a cool feature. And again, I don't know what everyone's opinion is on the Olights, but so far I think it seems pretty decent so far, but supposed to just fit on any Picatinny rail, I guess, but it doesn't seem like it wants to fit too well on this XD version. It doesn't seem to want to fit in that little slot right there. Now does it? Huh. Hang on just a second. Be right back. Okay, so it has this little like slot right here. I'm either gonna have to pull that out, or I'm gonna have to customize this because it's these little notches are a little too small to fit inside of there. It won't quite fit. So I might have to get and just file those open just a little bit, which is fine, I guess, but otherwise you can just slip it here on the front. Hold on just a second. Okay, so this is what it actually looks like, but like I said, that doesn't seem to fit in that little groove right in one of the grooves. So, I mean, it does work. I don't know how to get it to that one unless, you know, I'm holding it two-handed. I can do that, but that's the, oh, that one should just be the on switch there. Why isn't it staying on? Oh, there we go. So, yeah, I mean, it works, but I'm going to have to modify the thing a little bit. All right, so before any of you call me a dummy, I'll go ahead and call myself a dummy. You don't need, as I was going to throw the box away, I found this little bag of goodies, and it has one of those little pieces in it that I was talking about, changing this out or having to modify my rail here. You don't have to do that. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb like I thought I was going to have to be. they put a couple screws. Like I was throwing the box, so it was just taped to the box right there. So I was like, what the heck is that bag? And I was like, oh, hey, look at that. There's a little piece in there. So that's the one that was in there. So it actually fits right on to the firearm. Perfectly. You don't have to do any of it. You don't have to be dumb like I was. And then there's your light. See the little dot there? And I was noticing from about 15 yards or so, the dot's actually pretty zeroed. I mean, just by eyeballing down the sights at about 15 yards away, the dot's pretty close to zeroed. So if you just hit it once, just a quick hit, it's on, stays on. Hit it again. If you just push and hold and release, it goes off. So it's pretty nice so far. I think I'll like it. I just need to find me a holster that can accommodate it, so that I can, keep it in holster. I might even pick up a second one to go on my concealed carry firearm, my Hellcat. So, but anyway, don't be dumb. You don't have to modify your gun. They have, just look in the box, because this was taped up like underneath where it's like hard to even see. Comes with a bunch of extra screws and even the little tool to take them out. So you don't need to be dumb like I thought I was going to have to be. You don't have to modify your firearm to make these work. So anyway, that's all I got for that about that. And there's your dot. I'm going to have to definitely sight in that. I'm going to have to definitely sight in that dot. But anyway, we're going to give it a try. Like I said, I'm going to have to customize that thing again a little bit. And because it's just this little hump right there. It doesn't quite fit in the little slot there on the Picatinny for some odd reason. Doesn't quite fit. But anyway, that's the video for today. Hopefully it works out. Let me know in the comments if you've used the Olight or if you like the Olight. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't care too much for the Olights, but for whatever reasons, I don't know. But some people like them, some people don't. But anyway, Olight. I typically prefer Streamlight, but I didn't get a Streamlight this time. I got an Olight. It was there. Again, I probably paid too much for it. It was on one of my tool trucks at work had them. So I oh hey, an Olight. So I pulled the trigger. They let me make payments, which helps. But anyway, that's the BALDR S Olight. Again, like I said, not going to torture test it, but I'm going to use it on the gun. So if I do any reviews of me actually out shooting the gun, you'll get to see it, because I am going to start doing some more videos of me out there shooting. And like I said, I bought this to use, not to beat up. So, but anyway, appreciate you. Do the YouTube stuff. Links below. I'll put links to some of my other channels and whatever other things I can find to give you links for. If you want one of these, I'm sure they're way cheaper, like on Amazon or whatever, if you want, or even probably on Olight's website, they're probably cheaper. But whatever links I can find, I'll put them down below, let you know, so that we are poor man's preparedness, so we try and buy things on the budget-ish. So anyway, appreciate y'all. Love you. Links below. Do the YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, share, comment. You know the stuff. But anyway, appreciate you. Love you. We'll see you in the next one.